They thought you were soft. Now they're running for their lives. Spirit warriors, it's time we talk. Have you ever walked into a room and without saying a word, the energy shifts, the conversations stop, and people get uncomfortable? Ever wondered why? Let me tell you about this chosen one I met. Let's call her Zariah. For years, she was the quiet one, the overlooked one, the one always helping but never appreciated. People thought she was weak because she didn't clap back, she didn't gossip, she didn't fit in. What they didn't realize was that Zariah wasn't trying to fit in, she was preparing to stand out. One day she snapped. Not with words, not with fists, but with presence. That quiet girl stepped into her power, and suddenly the same people who mocked her, they were ducking and dodging, whispering behind her back, terrified of her light. They had no idea that beneath the silence was spiritual artillery loaded with divine power. Chosen ones, when you finally embrace who you are, you become spiritually radioactive. People can't handle your frequency, and that's why they run. But what makes you so dangerous now? Why do your haters panic at your presence? Why do people get uncomfortable just by seeing you glow? Stay with me, Spirit Warriors, because in this video we're breaking down the 7 reasons why chosen ones like you are the most dangerous beings on the planet right now. Not because of weapons, not because of words, but because of your divine nature, your resilience, your silence, your knowing. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why your enemies are scared, and why you need to keep being you to stay awake on your spiritual journey. As Marianne Williamson once said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Guess what? Your haters already know your power. It's time you did too. Let's go. Point 1. Your energy exposes darkness. You don't have to utter a single word. Chosen one. Your presence speaks volumes. The moment you walk into a room, energy shifts. Eyes glance your way for a reason they can't explain. It's not just your walk, your confidence, or your silence. It's your frequency. You vibrate with divine truth, and that energy flushes out darkness like sunlight bursting through a shadowed room. People wearing masks of charm and deception start fidgeting, feeling exposed. Why? Because your aura doesn't just enter a space, it reveals it. Spiritual science has shown that the human energy field is real and measurable. It's called the biofield, a field of energy and information that surrounds and permeates the body. When your biofield is tuned to truth, purity, and divine awareness, it naturally disrupts lower vibrations. You don't have to argue, confront, or prove anything. Your mere existence becomes a threat to everything false. And make no mistake, people feel it, even if they don't understand it. You are the mirror most people have been running from, and not everyone is ready to face their reflection. Your energy silently asks the uncomfortable question, who are you when no one's watching? That question pierces through their defenses. So instead of confronting their own shadows, they reject the one who awakens their awareness, you. That's why they gossip, avoid you, roll their eyes, or try to dim your light. It's not because of what you did, it's because of what you reveal simply by existing. You are the walking embodiment of let there be light. And light doesn't beg for permission to shine, it just shines. Darkness doesn't negotiate with it, it flees. Your divine nature calls out the games, the manipulation, and the masks. And while that may stir discomfort in others, it also inspires growth, because even your enemies are unknowingly learning from you. They'll remember your silence, your power, your clarity, and deep down they'll realize they could never hide from the truth when it stood in front of them in human form. So, chosen one, keep showing up, wordless, powerful, radiant. You were never meant to blend in, you were meant to expose, awaken, and illuminate. Point 2, you can't be controlled. Chosen ones, let's get one thing straight. Your spirit doesn't come with an operating manual written by the world. You are what we call an unprogrammable soul, a rare, radiant anomaly in a society that thrives on uniformity, obedience, and control. From birth, the world tries to mold everyone with invisible strings, through systems of education, media, culture, and even religion, all designed to tell you who to be, what to want, and how to behave. But somehow, you saw through it. Maybe it was gradual, or maybe it hit you like lightning one night when you realized the script everyone was reading from just didn't fit your soul. You, Earth Angel, unplugged from the Matrix. Now you're walking with divine clarity, and that clarity makes people squirm. Why? Because you don't play by their rules anymore. You stopped reacting out of impulse and started responding from wisdom. You're not chasing applause or begging for approval. You don't need to be liked to feel alive. that kind of inner freedom, it terrifies the controllers of this world. See, when you no longer respond to their guilt trips or fall for their gaslighting tactics, you become unpredictable. And unpredictability threatens the control systems they've relied on for centuries. It's not just psychology, it's biology. The human brain is wired to crave patterns, predictability, and familiarity. When someone like you shows up and breaks all the patterns, refuses to conform, and thrives anyway, people panic. Your silence says more than their noise. Your stillness disrupts their chaos. And your joy, which no longer needs external permission, burns through every falsehood like holy fire. This is why control freaks hate free spirits. They can't dominate what they can't define. You remind them of their own chains. You expose the fact that freedom was always an option and they didn't choose it. So they label you rebellious, difficult, maybe even dangerous. But what you really are is free. And freedom, dear chosen one, is your birthright. In a world addicted to submission, your sovereignty is a revolution. Keep walking in it, keep shining. They may not understand you, but heaven does. And it's cheering you on every step of the way. Point 3, you love without limits, but detach like a master. Oh, this one definitely stings for your haters, like lemon juice in a fresh paper cut. See, you're a rare breed in a world addicted to chaos and codependency. When you love, you don't hold back. You show up with your whole heart, your undivided loyalty, your deep emotional investment. But the beauty and the shocker is in what happens when you're crossed. The very people who once basked in the warmth of your love never see it coming. The quiet, graceful exit. No yelling, no dramatics, no warning, just snip, snip. You cut the cord with the elegance of someone who knows their worth is not up for negotiation. That kind of strength is unnerving to those who expected control. Society has conditioned many to believe that love equals suffering, that proving your devotion means tolerating toxicity, but not you. Your love may be fierce, but your boundaries are even fiercer. Once you spot manipulation, disrespect, or deceit, you don't wait for the third or fourth offense. You've already collected the data, discerned the patterns, and decided your peace is more precious than any illusion of connection. This is what emotional intelligence really looks like. It's not about being stoic or emotionally numb. It's about having clarity. It's about understanding your triggers, recognizing unhealthy cycles, and refusing to participate in your own emotional sabotage. According to psychologists like Dr. Travis Bradbury, emotional intelligence is one of the highest predictors of success and inner peace, and you've got it in spades. You don't chase, you don't beg, and you certainly don't stay where your soul is shrinking. What's most threatening to your haters isn't just your ability to detach, it's your faith. You don't fear solitude because you're never truly alone. You walk with God. That divine companionship is what makes you unshakable. People can't guilt trip someone who knows their path is spiritually protected. They can't shame someone who's already redeemed. So when you leave quietly with your head high and your heart intact, it doesn't just end a chapter, it flips the entire script. And that's why they can't forget you. You didn't just walk away, you reminded them of what true self-respect looks like. Point 4, you see through masks instantly. You, dear soul, are not just intuitive, you are spiritually equipped with what can only be described as X-ray vision of the soul. While others are charmed by smooth talkers, fall for bright smiles, or get lost in the glitter of well-packaged personas, you sit in silence and see. You don't just hear what people say, you feel what they mean. You pick up the subtle tremble in their energy, the shift in their aura, the contradiction between their words and their vibration. And that, Earth Angel, is no ordinary gift. It's spiritual discernment, the kind that comes from divine partnership with the Holy Spirit. It's not paranoia, it's prophecy in motion. Psychologists call it high emotional intelligence, but what you have goes beyond that. You don't just read micro-expressions, you read spirit. It's as if their energy broadcasts louder than their mouths ever could. A person can walk into the room with a compliment and you'll still feel a snake hissing behind their tongue. You've learned that not everyone who calls you friend means it, and not every cheer is genuine applause because you're not deceived by appearance, you're anchored in truth. That truth makes you both a healer and a disruptor. A healer because your presence often calls others into their own authenticity, but a disruptor too because those who operate in shadows can't stand your light. You're a spiritual MRI scanner, detecting intentions, exposing deception, and revealing what others try so hard to mask. Manipulators don't just dislike you, they fear you, because you can't be sweet-talked, flattered, or bought. Your spirit doesn't negotiate with lies. And here's the most powerful part. They thought they were just dealing with a regular person. They didn't realize you were filled with the Holy Spirit, and the Spirit doesn't play. The Spirit discerns all things, even the secret things of the heart, 1 Corinthians 2:10. When you walk into a room, heaven is watching with you. You've been anointed to detect, to protect, and sometimes to disrupt the devil's plans before they even begin. So, no, you're not crazy. You're chosen, you're awake. And while they're busy putting on a show, you're backstage with divine insight, already knowing how it ends. Point 5, you rise every time you fall. Every time they counted you out, they underestimated the quiet fire within you, the one that refuses to be extinguished. Life has thrown its worst at you, and yet somehow you keep rising like a phoenix, not just from ashes, but from the very flames that were supposed to consume you. Science tells us that pressure creates diamonds, and psychologically it's the concept of post-traumatic growth, where people emerge from adversity stronger, more focused, and more spiritually aligned than ever before. You're not just surviving, you're evolving with divine precision. Every betrayal taught you to discern energy with surgical clarity. Studies in social psychology reveal that betrayal can heighten emotional intelligence, making you more adept at reading people and protecting your peace. While others were broken by betrayal, you became a student of it, learning, not loathing. You stopped asking, "Why me?" and started declaring, "Watch me." Every heartbreak didn't harden you, it refined you. Like gold purified by fire, your soul became richer, not colder. Your setbacks didn't mean you were broken, they were recalibrations, like a GPS rerouting after a wrong turn. Your spirit was simply being redirected toward a higher calling. And your haters? Oh, they can't stand the glow-up. They wanted you to crumble, not knowing you were built like spiritual Teflon, anointed, protected, unshakable. The jealousy, the lies, the gossip, they're just noise. You don't absorb it, you reflect it. It's as if God took all their shade and turned it into spotlight. Their attacks become your applause in disguise. It's spiritual alchemy, the divine ability to turn pain into power, wounds into wisdom, and insults into incense rising to the heavens. You are divinely backed. That's not just a feel-good line, it's spiritual truth. Across cultures and scriptures, from Psalms to Proverbs, the recurring theme is this: no weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's not metaphor, that's manifestation. Your purpose is bigger than their plots. God turns your pain into platforms so others can stand on your testimony. Your losses become lessons not just for you, but for everyone watching. Your wounds become weapons, not to destroy, but to defend truth, to pierce through lies, and to bring light to dark places. They can't keep you down because you were never meant to stay there. You were meant to rise. Point 6, you're not moved by status, money, or titles. While everyone else is chasing fame, followers, and clout, you're on a different frequency altogether, chasing purpose, peace, and alignment. That alone sets you apart in a world that worships instant gratification and idolizes superficial success. We live in an era where popularity is mistaken for power, where the number of likes determines someone's value, and where curated online personas are treated like gospel truth. But here you are, choosing introspection over applause, stillness over chaos, depth over decoration. That choice is radical, and it makes people uncomfortable because your presence is proof that fulfillment doesn't require fanfare and that real success can't be measured in metrics. You threaten the system by simply not needing it. What's wild is how your simplicity carries more power than most people's performance. You don't need to shout to be heard or compete to be noticed. That kind of quiet confidence speaks volumes. In ancient philosophy, the Stoics believed that self-mastery and inner peace were the ultimate achievements, far more valuable than riches or recognition. You, knowingly or not, embody that same wisdom. Your life isn't cluttered with chaos, it's curated by intention. You move with grace, not gimmicks. And that's the exact reason people in power side-eye you. You don't want their crown, but somehow you walk like royalty. Your vibe commands respect without asking for it. They can't figure out how you glow without validation, how you win without scheming, how you shine without showing off. That's not luck, that's divine favor. And here's the truth about favor: it's not fair. It doesn't follow human logic, status, or strategy. Divine favor is grace that places you where grind alone never could. It's doors opening when others tried to slam them shut. It's protection in plain sight. It's your name being spoken in rooms you've never entered. And yes, that makes people nervous because they've played the game by every worldly rule. And here you come, walking in alignment with your soul, and you still win. That's unsettling. That's God's signature on your story. So keep chasing purpose. Keep choosing peace. Keep walking in alignment. Because while they seek power in titles, you carry power in truth. And that kind of power, it can't be bought, imitated, or ignored. It's divine and it's yours. Point 7, you carry a divine assignment. Chosen ones understand this. You weren't just born, you were sent. Your very breath carries divine intent. You didn't stumble into existence. You were released into this realm by the Creator with a celestial blueprint etched into your spirit. That's why nothing about your life has been ordinary. From the moment your soul touched earth, the enemy took notice. The spiritual realm knows who you are, even when the physical world tries to make you forget. Your assignment didn't come with applause, it came with resistance, because what you carry is too powerful to go unchallenged. Your mere presence is a disruption to darkness. That's why spiritual warfare has followed you since childhood. The anxiety, the rejection, the sabotage, those weren't random. They were coordinated attempts to silence your gift, to make you doubt your voice. But let this truth hit deep. Your survival is proof of your assignment. Every betrayal that gutted you, every attack that blindsided you, every lie spoken over your name, it was all meant to make you retreat, but you didn't. You're still standing, still rising, still chosen. Science tells us everything in the universe operates through vibration and frequency, and you, chosen one, are tuned to a divine frequency. Your energy disrupts low vibrations. Your smile heals rooms. Your silence exposes lies. That's why some people can't stand to be around you, not because you did anything wrong, but because your light irritates their shadows. You don't need a pulpit to preach. Your presence is the sermon. You carry truth in your bones, power in your stillness, and heaven in your eyes. And here's the plot twist. The very people who mocked you, doubted you, or tried to break you are now watching from the sidelines, confused and convicted. You're becoming everything they whispered you never would be. You're the unexpected storm that doesn't announce itself but changes the landscape. They're not running because you're pursuing them. They're running because they now see what they tried to bury has bloomed. So walk boldly, Earth Angel. You are not here by accident. You were deployed with authority, protected by grace, and destined for impact, and no demon in hell can cancel what heaven has ordained. Spirit warriors, your danger isn't in your fist, it's in your faith. It's in your ability to rise when others expect you to break. It's in your refusal to conform, to lower your standards, to be silenced. You are the chosen one, not because you're perfect, but because you're willing to grow, willing to surrender, willing to walk alone with God. And that makes you unstoppable. So the next time people act weird around you, fall off without warning, or suddenly start treating you like a threat, remember, it's not you, it's your calling. Stay awake, stay aligned, and stay powerful. Your enemies are already running. Let them. Your light has always been your weapon. Wield it well. Until next time, spirit warriors, keep walking like the kingdom is in you, because it is.